All right, let's get right down to it.
First episode of our podcast.
5:30 a.m. podcast in Denny's.
We should talk about what we want this podcast to be named.
Okay, I was thinking the 5:30 a.m. Denny's podcast. Do you have any other thoughts?
What about the Denny's podcast? 5:30 a.m.
So I wanted to dive in and just ask, like, what does it feel like being neglected as a child? 21. How did you get to where you are, and do you feel like it prevented you from getting further?
I don't think I was neglected.
Okay, that's good.
So I can't really answer that question. But I can speak from the perspective of imagination, and I'll say that it definitely prevented me from getting to where I want to be. And it was hard. It was really hard.
Okay, so
I guess a good question is for you is how does it feel being spoiled as a child, and how do you think that affects where you are now? Did it prevent you from going further?
Being spoiled was really nice because I didn't really have to do anything ever, and I sort of woke up just wealthy, happy, and healthy, and then I don't know, my day was planned and I did it, and then I'd come home and hug both of my parents, and then we'd have our family dinner with me and my brother and my dog and cat.
Cool.
And it was great. Sometimes I would jump on the trampoline in my backyard and then go up to my room and maybe I'd play the family piano. Those are just things that I would do sometimes.
You didn't have to say that.
You guys had a piano too?
Yeah, we did. At my grandma's house. That was actually a good piano.
I actually was talking about that one that you had at your apartment, your dad's apartment.
That wasn't a good piano. It was what was funny about that piano is it was a gift from the whole family to me. And it was free.
Where'd they get it?
They all pitched in to get this free piano.
It must have cost money to move it.
Well, they had trucks. They brought it in my grandpa's truck.
They just picked it up somewhere?
Yeah.
Damn, that's depressing. And it was too out of tune for them to tune it. Or it's too old, right?
Yeah. Or maybe, that kind of sounds like something I would say if I didn't want to tune a piano. I had the tuner come, it's too old. I can imagine my dad. I never thought about this possibility then, but it's possible.
There's no way, dude. I think that the pianos do truly. They just the strings are too brittle and they can't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's get down to business. I think I might get the Grand Sandwich. Or I'm going to get the country fried steak and eggs.
I think I might have to keep it.
Looks good.
I might have to keep it simple for this one.
Get something super elaborate.
This banana chocolate hazelnut crepe breakfast.
I was going to recommend that if you didn't point it out yourself.
I could get one crepe breakfast, $7.99. That's
Holy
a pretty good deal.
Dude, you have to get the cinnamon roll pancake breakfast. You won't feel good if you don't get that.
I won't feel good no matter what.
You need that.
No matter what happens here, I won't feel good. So I think I might have to go for this banana chocolate hazelnut crepe breakfast.
Where is that?
It's on this thing.
Alright, whatever. I know what I'm gonna get. I changed my mind.
Oh my god, if you get the bourbon bacon burger...
No. That doesn't sound good.
Good thing you aren't counting your calories anymore, because this will put a real stick in your plan.
Dude, the thing about counting calories...
An Italian
Dude,
sampler.
get out of here. Alright, I went to Olive Garden twice, and I've had enough cheap, disgusting Italian food for a whole lifetime. And I got it free.
It's funny because you've eaten more Olive Garden than I have since I started working there.
That place sucks.
Don't talk about my place of work like that.
Your family. All right, so let's do a segment called "What are your top 3 favorite things about working at Olive Garden?"
Well, the pay is not one of them. I have some new friends from Olive Garden, so I guess one of them is going to be the people, and then a second one is going to be the location isn't too bad. The third one is a month ago I would have said my regulars. It's my favorite.
But you don't like that they don't tip you well.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I don't like them as people. I just like that they come and give me money.
And you just wish they gave you a little bit more.
Yeah.
What would the difference be if they tipped you 20% instead of 15?
$1.50.
So it wouldn't be a lot to them, but it would mean a lot to you.
Yeah.
It's something to think about.
But that's kind of how a lot of things in this world work. Small gesture of kindness.
All right, well, I got one for you. I think you look like Princess Leia with your hair like that.
You know, I looked at myself in the mirror yesterday at work.
Yeah.
And I thought, I kind of look like the scrawny brunette version of Thor. With that, like, the hair like this. Especially when it's, like, in the back like this and it hangs down. Like, the emphasis on scrawny.
You look a lot more like Loki.
I think I look more like Thor.
I don't know. Man. So I'm allergic to my dog. Do you think I should get rid of him?
I'm telling you, we gotta try that go away thing.
So Ethan's plan for Harley is to... Harley's our dog.
I taught him a command for like...
We need to give more introduction to our dog. He was really fat. We got him from someone else as a loaner dog. It was a gift. And just like Ethan's piano, he had a couple things wrong with him that we couldn't fix.
Well, we did fix them.
Fix one of them. We didn't fix his brain.
He's really smart.
Yeah,
he's smarter than us, and it's unsettling.
Can't get him down. Oh fuck! I think we're peaking a lot. We gotta turn this down. But yeah, so when Ethan trained him this really cool training where if Ethan's eating, then he can say Harley go, and then when Harley has his nose, the dog's name is Harley. When he has his nose up by his food, then he'll go away. And
the command is go away.
Go away. Yeah. So Ethan.
But it works all the time. Like when I was playing League of Legends, and Harley would look at me with his puppy eyes, he'd be like. Then I'd just say Harley, go away, and he'd just go out into the living room. So my plan to get rid of him, because the responsibility is starting to eat away at us,
eat away my eyes,
is just to take him outside and then say, Harley, go away.
But the problem is he's so smart. We're worried that he's going to figure out like public transportation and then formulate a plot to come and get revenge. Dude, I thought I knew what I wanted, but I changed my mind.
I already know what I want.
She's rubbing in my face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get the All-American Slam. No, Lumberjack Slam. Which slam should I get? The Grand Slam Slugger.
Dude, why you...
That
sounds good. You should get the Grand Slam Slugger. Although the rule is, I'm not going to eat all your food.
French toast slam.
Why is everything slamming?
Because I'm on the signature slams page. What if instead of slams, it was clams? And everything was served with clams. Clam cakes.
But instead of the clams, it was just like clam shells. We should start a restaurant.
Clamshell cakes. Okay, so I'm gonna get the All-American. Wait, what's the one that said? I'm gonna get the Grand Slam Slugger.
You want to hear a story?
Yeah, I do.
One time I was at work and my manager Shelby was pretending to be mad at people, and I'd already seen her pretend to be mad at someone else, and she was pretending to be mad at me, and I just wanted to hit her vape thingy.
Okay.
And so I she was like, ignored me, and she's like, "What, Ethan?" And I knew she was just pretending. I was like, "This is so annoying." And I was like, "Can I hit your thing?" She's like, "Oh," and then turns all fake and stuff. And I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna keep putting snoozes in every part of my mouth until you let me hit this." And I got 6 snoozes in my mouth, 4 up top, 2 down low. And then I realized she was just gonna keep pretending to be mad at me. So then I had 6 snoozes in. And I was drooling a little bit.
It sounds to me like you didn't have any intentions of hitting the babe. You just wanted an excuse to put more snoozes in.
No, it was not fun.
And then this right now is you ridding your mind of guilt. Like, I had to do that. I had to put all the snoozes in.
I didn't have to do that.
She wouldn't let me hit the babe.
I did not have to do that.
It was my only choice. Alright, let me see if this is recording. I forgot to press record.
Cool. Well, it was fun talking to you. We never get to have conversations like this anymore.
I think she's waiting for Davy. Fucking Davy is mad at you. Because I just started listing everything. No, but seriously, I'm pissed off. I want our waitress to come because Davy's not going to come. Except that's Davy over there.
Yes. This is huge.
She's only 30 minutes late.
You don't need to bring that up.
She will. Just like right on time. Just because of that, she's going to have to get the All-American slang.
Dude, what? Look at this glass.
Yeah, what's your problem?
Wait, watch.
That's incredible.
Do it again.
It's gone too far.
Slidey slide.
Right on time. Perfect timing, Davey.
Always in town.
Alright, well, you didn't...
The podcast has started, so this is our guest. Let's do this like impulsive, like the way they do on Impulsive.
No, we're not going to emulate anything from any other podcast. Only original content. Davey, since you missed the part of the meal where we pick what we're going to get, I picked what you're going to get for you. The All-American Slam.
Sounds tasty, right?
It's your last Sunday in America, so you need to get American.
And this is a diner. This is the diner experience you were looking for. Country music.
You need a coffee, right?
Did you order it?
I didn't
you
get a
should
coffee.
get a coffee too.
I would love to get a coffee, but
a
I was
diner
scared
thing.
to.
You
Why?
scared too?
Because
You're scared in general. You live
Yeah.
your life in fear.
yeah, I do. I was scared to get a coffee because I thought it might keep me awake, but I just realized how silly that is.
No way.
You should get a coffee.
Cool.
Damn.
How good does this look to you, Davey? The Italian sampler? Does it remind you of Olive Garden?
Yeah, should we split that, David?
Yeah.
Cheesecake.
Can we? Do they have cheesecake?
So here's a story. Every time we go to Olive Garden, which is twice, it's me and Davey, we go, and every time we spend, actually we've been 3 times. Most of the time that we're there, we spend just not liking the fact that we're there. And then we get our food, and that feeling intensifies a little bit. And then we pay, and it like doubles, and then we leave.
I have like a similar experience.
How's it going?
Good, how are y'all?
Good.
Can I get you anything to drink?
Do you want this?
The
Could I-
color coffee?
Could I just get like a hot coffee to go with the water? Thank
Do
you.
you like cream?
No thanks, just black.
Can I get some water first?
Yes.
Yeah. You?
I think we're ready to order too.
Are you?
Are you ready? You're gonna get the All-American Slam,
What is
right?
it? I don't know. Slam
This
says.
is
an
like a
All-American
breakfast.
Slam.
Oh my gosh, no. No way. Am I?
All right, we'll pick something off here because
How about this? I'm gonna go get y'all's drinks and then I'll give you all.
Cool, thanks.
Is it a joke? Do you don't know me?
No, I didn't pick that.
I picked it because I know you.
I just like.
This
I
is
tried
what
to-
I'm getting.
What is this? What is
It's
that?
crap.
Pizza?
No, that's hash browns.
Hash browns?
Yeah. Not brownies, just brownies. It's
She's
just
like,
potatoes.
no more of those.
That's potatoes.
Okay.
Davey,
But look
Davey,
how good this looks.
Can you tell your... Okay, actually pick what you're going to eat first.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude.
I'm very not hungry. Dude, what's that? You know, this thing?
Yeah, it looks crazy.
Alright.
We just have pancakes for dinner.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Pancakes for every meal.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Do you also want more time with the menu guys?
you can order,
All right,
and I
I'll
can
go
wait.
for the Grand Slam Slugger, please.
Okay.
Oh my god.
How do
You're
you
doing
want
it, Slam?
What'd you say?
How do you want yours?
I'll do
I'll just wait.
sunny side up, please.
This might be like the
Can I get an all-American slam? I went for an audible. And can I get it, I don't know if there's any cheese component, but
Yeah, there's cheese that comes on the scrambled eggs.
please no cheese. Sweet.
What are you gonna get, David? An egg?
I'm waiting.
Can
Thank
she
you.
get one egg?
No, I don't.
Set
I
us
don't
up.
like eggs. Okay. I just need. I need to think about this.
I think you should, okay.
What do you think?
I think you should
just
get
came,
this.
Sorry. Why?
Because this looks delicious.
Sorry. I need to. You can just like give them their food, and I'll think this through. Thank you. I'm super full.
It's the worst podcast guest you ever had.
Lost and the best.
Yeah, there's like,
No, you've been great. You've been great. You're a great podcast guy.
no, but I'm serious. You are the best podcast guest.
Oh,
we've ever
shoot.
had. I mean that.
What
The
happened?
only one.
Oh yeah, she went on the camera.
What is that?
All right, David, take a seat. Let me make sure you're in frame.
Come sit.
What is that?
That's the podcast
Can you
camera.
please sit down?
That's the live shoot camera.
Okay.
We can't even see you. I know stuff.
My son again.
There we go.
What? I'm happy with my decision to get the All-American Slam.
I'm glad.
I figured if we're gonna do this, we might as well do it right.
Better slam. Done. All right. I was gonna say this podcast is ruined, and then we're gonna have to talk about that. So this podcast is ruined. Now what do you say?
No, it's not.
You save the day. You guys doing a relationship thing right now?
No.
Okay.
Are you doing a relationship thing right now?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm just thinking about my girl.
What about her?
I just miss her so much.
What's the thing you miss most about her?
I miss I love when I see her on that Victoria's Secret runway thing. That's my favorite thing. When I see her do that, and I just miss seeing her do that. Because she's retired now. She's 82, so she doesn't get to do it anymore.
When did you watch her do that?
I just
Was it
watched,
ever
I
live?
watched no, I just watched the reruns. But they were great. She used to be such a bombshell before the scoliosis and everything. But
Have you ever seen the people whose backs go like this, and then the rest of their body comes out?
it looks like a
Like the
chart looks
Hunchback
for
of
a
Notre
business.
Dame?
No, what is that?
You know Hunchback of Notre Dame?
Kifusa.
I think we're talking about the same thing. But it's like when people are like this, but then their head is up like this, and they're and this gets really big
Sounds like
back
me.
here.
It's pterocarpus. That's the condition.
Well, whenever I see those people and the way they walk, I think, does walking like that get really tiring? Because, if you were to try walking like this for, 10 minutes straight, I think your neck would, hurt really bad. It would just
I think
be
the
tired.
key is that if you do that, then you don't do a lot of walking. Dude, I really wanted to hear your story. So podcasts, people share a lot of stories. So I want to hear your story about when you took edibles.
That is a good story.
Yeah,
It's not legal in a way to do that.
Well, you're obviously on live stream. Why did you talk about it before? You're not in Norway either.
No,
so.
I'm not in Norway, so it's okay.
Yeah, I think you're
okay.
covered by American laws.
Yeah, I hope so.
Because you did it in Washington
Where it's
State.
legal.
Yeah.
I just can't tell my mom.
I hope your mom doesn't watch this.
Your mom would
No.
never find out. There's no way.
No, there's no way.
Did you send the email already? We send an email to every female in Norway saying your daughter took edibles.
Yeah, I guess
We're
it
hoping
is.
one of them
I don't
was your
think they
mom.
know what edibles is. I didn't know until you told me the name of it.
Well, we tricked them because what we did was it's called aggressive truth. So you tell them something that's true, but it's just so true that they're confused. So when we said edibles, they thought that we just meant food.
Can you spell it?
Edibles? EDIBLES.
All right, so you guys were in Oregon or Washington or something,
Washington, yeah.
and you're at Ethan's parents' house.
And I thought it was like a safe place to do anything like that.
Which
and
it
you were
was.
completely
It
wrong.
didn't feel safe when I did it.
Well, that's because nothing would have felt safe after you did. Davey had 4 edibles.
That's 4 too few. That's what I always say.
You think she should have had 8?
Once you go over 4, then the other ones start counteracting the originals.
We gotta try that next time.
All right, so tell me about your reason. You had 1, and then what was your reasoning for having more?
It tasted good. It was like salted caramel.
They
Like,
tricked us.
This is the weed industry now.
This is like the salted caramel. That's why I want this right now.
You do want that?
I'm not sure yet.
If you have that, I'll help you eat it if it's too much.
You want it?
Well, I got the slam thing just to say I got the slam thing. Because I thought it would be good for the podcast.
Okay.
But I kind of wanted
Can we-
everything
can
that's
we
not
just-
the slam stuff.
Where is the slam stuff?
The All-American Slam.
This is
This
what I
thing?
got.
But this is what you like.
Yeah, but
All right, so David, what you took the edibles and what happened?
Yeah, and then I took 4 because I didn't feel anything.
they take an hour to kick in.
Right. So
And
you
they
took-
told me. I just thought it tasted good, and there was like 3 different kinds, so I just wanted to taste every kind.
Have you ever heard from anyone that like? Have you ever heard any stories about people taking edibles and then being too strong?
No, just like when I smoke it, I don't feel anything because I obviously don't know how to inhale because I never smoke, and I don't care about smokes. So I thought like I need to feel this, so I just and his stepdad told me it was like they were not that strong. They were like. And they didn't taste anything. I've heard
She was going to have a 5th one too.
I've heard like
I stopped her. I'm like,
brownies
let's stop here and wait a little bit.
tastes horrible. And since they didn't taste horrible, like since it was not brownies, it was chocolate. But I thought those would also taste horrible, but they tasted very, very good.
There we go.
For the
So I had 4, but Ethan stopped me from getting the 5th. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
dude, you got pancakes with
This
you?
looks slamtastic.
Thank you.
Should we get a pancakes too?
Yeah.
What is your favorite pancakes of these? Do you know like what's recommended?
These are really good.
Yeah, okay, we'll get these.
Okay,
Please.
you just want the pancakes for the breakfast.
The pancakes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything
Like
else?
this. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You want me to take that menu out of your way real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. So, for the viewers' sake, so people understand, like, I think a lot of people know about weed. So each edible has 10 milligrams of THC in it. And it's like in a regulated industry. It's not like homemade edibles. So they're like tested and manufactured that way.
Wait, before we go on with this, you want me to trade you a pancake for 2 of your toast slices?
No.
No?
Okay.
I'm
Really?
sorry. Wait, I'll give you. You know what?
Do you know
I can just give you 2 of the toast slices because I want to eat some of her pancakes.
Okay.
Because you really want toast.
I'll
don't
take
you?
And we'll
one
see. We'll
toast.
figure this out in the end, I guess.
God, maybe I have to give you more toast.
It's buttery.
This is so buttery.
It's probably
Can I
fake
have
butter.
one bite?
Yeah.
And he's
And so, Davy had the 5th edible in her hand.
those is
Which one was the
caramel.
5th? The salted caramel?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
already had 2 of
I would
those.
have eaten that one too, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like opening it,
I
but it
probably
was
wouldn't
very
listen
hard
either.
to open because it was like this children's security thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm very bad with all children's security things. So I tried to open it, I couldn't.
And you were on
stopped me.
4 edibles.
Yeah, I could
No,
open
she
it.
wasn't on them yet.
Okay.
At this point, both her and I felt nearly nothing.
Yeah. I didn't know what to expect either, but it was like the worst experience ever. Did I ruin the whole story now? You said
no.
that? No, okay.
So we went into the room.
The bedroom.
I told, like, you were like, come into the bedroom, and we were gonna watch Rick and Morty.
Sounds like a normal thing to do after you eat
Yeah.
a couple edibles.
Exactly, that was the thought. Then we got in there, and we started laughing at each other,
good.
right?
And then I screamed.
And then Davy went. So we were laughing and just like having fun together.
He
and it
like
was
got
really fun.
closer to my face, and his head got bigger.
He does that, yeah. He gets close.
And he got closer, and his head got bigger, and he had this crazy hair in
Yeah, I
his
did
face,
shave for a
and he
week.
looked like a werewolf. Like he was so scary, and I screamed. I don't know how loud
No,
it was.
dude,
I screamed.
this was the saddest I'd ever been about my appearance. He goes, Ethan, you're scary. I didn't know what to do. Like,
Okay. He was very scary, and then he wanted to give me some water. I can't remember like order of anything that happened, but you wanted to give me water because my mouth like was completely dry, and my
her
friends.
throat was making weird noises too.
that was after the end of it.
All right, well,
when
let
I
me
was
hear-
scary. Okay.
So, yeah, you tell me as far as you remember. Like,
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
you
just
can
like
fulfill the
he
details.
was like so scary, and I just heard like a lot of like noises like outside. Like your parents, there were like so many of them, and they were like all like and they were like having this very deep like dark voice, and I like heard they were planning how they would like take all my money, and. And then I asked for some water because my mouth was
That's so
dry.
weird that she was hallucinating and thought that that's what you guys were talking about. Get it?
Is it good? Yeah.
Slam! Didn't even plan that. That's awesome.
Yeah, so like he.
That's the first thing I thought of when I saw this. Dude, don't worry about that.
I'm not worried.
It's good for your left.
Yeah, so I just realized I'm not like able to like I cannot go out somewhere to get water. I'm not able to do that. I'm so weak, and I felt like my brain is like damaged. Like I can never get my brain back, and everything I know is gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought
Which
I
is
can
true.
never be a doctor. Like shit. Now like messed up everything, and Ethan tricked me into this, and he gave me some water, and I was totally sure it was poison. He came with his big head, and he was like drink this water, and I just this is not water, but
They
I
started
was
howling at the moon.
I was so thirsty. I had no choice. Like just had to drink this poison. So
All part of the plan.
I had it, and I don't know, I didn't feel better. It was like, my mouth was still very dry, and I know that's like effects of like you get very like
Hi.
you're just like your mouth get very dry when you smoke weed, and you get very thirsty. And it was so dry, I felt like my lips are closed and I can't open them ever again if I don't drink this water. So I had to drink this poison, and I think it happened a couple of times. I think you got me a lot of water, didn't you? I don't know if you weren't that
So
high.
what was David?
No, I was very, very high.
Okay, but he
This
was
was
still
so
trying
stressful.
to like. He was like, "No, this is okay. I'm not like."
Oh, this is
and
our
it's-
timer?
Yeah.
What does it mean? This is a timeout.
Okay.
Repeat
We have
it.
to restart the video.
So you have to do it all over.
No.
Okay,
They didn't lose any content.
cool.
Just had to take a break
We have
because
it
the
here.
camera sucks.
So, I was also extremely high, and this was the most stressful, like, situation ever.
But you
Because
had a
she was
little bit of
freaking
that.
out, and I felt like I was responsible for you, and I laid in bed, or I laid on the ground because I went to the ground because I was so scared, and my head was just spinning. And at one point, I closed my eyes, and I was seeing like visual stuff when I closed my eyes. And I thought like
And
it was
how
like
did taste this, Michael?
Go.
Oh, thank you.
I don't. It felt like my imagination had like taken over my brain, and when
I'm getting it too. Thank you. We'll figure it out. Sorry.
when I at one point I closed my eyes and I was going through these crazy visuals, and then the visuals started to go to like some dark place that I didn't understand, but it was like scary dark place with like it was like evil in my head, and I had to open my eyes. But then like you know when you look at a light and you close your eyes, the stuff is still there. Well, when my eyes were closed and the stuff was happening, and when I opened my eyes, the stuff was still there.
That's messed up.
And so it was so horrifying. And then Davy was like making weird noises and freaking out, and I was like trying to keep my cool because I knew this was all part of like being high or like having too much.
I also thought so, but I can believe it because I was convinced this is something more. This is like a plan. This was the plan the whole time. Like, so I like usually when I'm very drunk, I feel like okay, I'll just go to bed and I'll wake up and things are fine. But like this time, I felt like okay, things will not be fine. If I go to sleep now, I might never wake up. So it was like,
Well, you drank a lot of poison.
yeah.
To be fair,
Yeah.
we did both. We weren't in. I wasn't in like a normal state of mind the entire day afterwards either.
No, that was like when I woke up. I didn't feel good.
How long? Would you say you still feel weird because of it?
No, I don't think so. But
How long do you think it took?
like at the airport, we were like we woke up and like around 10 a.m. We drove to the airport with his parents, and we got there and like
Which, that drive to the airport was actually a fantastic experience for me.
Think so?
'Cause
I
I was
think it
still
was
high.
horrible.
I was still high, and I was looking at the mountains. I wasn't uncomfortably high anymore, but I was just looking at all these mountains as we passed, and there was like a little bit of this like fresh breeze on my face from this like natural like Columbia River Gorge area, and I was just like in nature, happy. I
I
don't know.
had no good experience. Like I just felt horrible the whole time, and like
Here you go.
thank you.
You're welcome. I'm gonna go get y'all some more water real
Can I
quick.
get some hot sauce, please?
Yes.
Thank
Like
you.
Tabasco or Cholula?
Tabasco's perfect. Thank you.
This is cake. Or,
No, there's pancakes
Really?
just down there.
Dude, that is crazy looking.
cool. Yeah, that's crazy. Like this does not look like the picture.
Check that out.
This is not a pancake.
It's a crepe. Wait, is it?
No, it's a pancake.
Yes, it should be. I hope it's underneath.
No, the pancake's underneath. I can see a little corner of it right here.
Okay, cool. I'm excited. Are you excited?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you have your first
Smells delicious.
yeah. But I felt very like ungrateful because I was so grateful for everything your parents did for us that weekend, and I just felt horrible and I couldn't say anything because to me the world was like.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Would you like some more water?
Thank you.
Can I grab another refill from you right now?
If you want, I can leave this picture here.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Look how about this. I'm gonna lay it right here.
That's beautiful. Thanks.
Okay.
Wah wah. All right, so now that's awesome. Is there anything else? So you
It's
said
not awesome.
no. That's a really good. So I want to say, Davey, that I'm really glad you came to the podcast, despite whatever turmoil you're going through in your life. And just from that story alone, you went from being the worst guest, which you still are, to the best guest, which you already were. That's ever been on this podcast.
Yeah, I get it. Cool.
Even though you showed up an hour and a half late and you like ordered 20 things in the menu and you're charging it on my credit card.
Yeah.
You've been yelling the whole time. You're kicking my shins into the table. I'm
Hey,
really
guys.
glad you came.
So we're doing shift change right now, and I work overnight, so I'm about to leave. But I'm leaving y'all's receipt. It is all together. If y'all want to split it, when y'all go up there, that's fine. Just hold this so they can find, you know what I mean? Because it's like all new people.
It's- yeah,
But
we'll do
we'd
it
still
now.
be tipping you, right?
I mean,
Can I pay now?
yeah, you can if you want.
Yeah.
Like this.
Let's do
You
it.
have to go up front and do it,
Okay.
because I can't take cards.
Okay.
So, are y'all wanting to split it, though?
I will do it together.
You want to do it together?
Uh-huh.
Alright. Oh my gosh, she's gone. I wanted to ask you, dude, how's that redhead you've been seeing? Is she good?
She's still my manager, and I still see her like 2 times a week when I work.
Can I have your last piece of toast?
Yeah.
You want it?
No, dude, this is for you. This is for you.
Thanks, bro.
I don't want that.
That was a really funny response to that redhead question. Is Shelby the Shelby that I know? That's your manager?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Seems like she'd be a pretty good manager.
She's horrible.
Is that true?
No.
She seems good. She's good with dogs, so you know that's a good start, right? If you can manage a dog, you can tune a fish.
Did you say something about tuna fish?
Yeah, you hungry?
Do they serve that here? The answer to the "yeah, you hungry"
Thanks, Dave. I'll Venmo you.
is no. I'm not hungry.
It's me.
How are you gonna Venmo her?
PayPal or something?
No. It's good.
Are you sure you want to contribute to
That's
the grand?
cool.
What did we get? The Grand Slam? You sure you
We
want
got
to
the
pay for a
Grand
Grand Slam, Davey?
Yeah, I pay for a Grand Slam.
What is this?
The
What
Grand
is it?
Slam. This is the American Slam. That's the Grand Slam slugger.
You paid for 2 slams? Mm-hmm. You're out of your mind.
So, Michael, I have a question for you.
That's what
I don't know what's going on, but tell me, Ethan. What were you going to say?
Oh, Michael, I have a question for you.
Hey, eat this.
I'm just worried once I have a bite of this, I'm not going to want to eat this.
Yeah. So what's your question?
What is, since this podcast might potentially have a different audience than the live stream, but also could have it, I think it's pretty interesting to ask.
Oh yeah.
What is the worst part about live streaming your life 24/7?
My entire life for a year.
Yeah.
The worst part is that I can't do certain things. Like
Laser tag.
laser tag's not a big deal, but I couldn't.
Man, that's so good.
He's talking.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. What's this white stuff? Is that cream?
Banana cream, you want some? On your
I'll try
pancakes?
some. No, that's okay.
There's a lot, so you can, yeah.
That's it.
I'm sorry.
Like if I want to just go bike and then go take a walk in the woods, I can't do that. You know what I mean? Like if I have to make sure there's service. I don't know. There are a lot of things I couldn't go like. I can't do a single thing without worrying. You know what I mean? Every second of my life is anxiety and concern. And then I get a text message that's like, the stream is down. And I'm like, I don't know. It used to be a bigger deal, but I just try and keep it up all the time.
What about personal time? Do you still feel like you get a good dose of that?
That's not as big of a deal for me because I'm able to short it out somewhat. I can just pretend it's not there. It is just like a piece of technology, but with girls, it's really, really hard.
It is.
When was the last time you got your dick wet?
This morning, 5:14, I think I was in the shower.
Nice.
But I dried it off really quick afterwards, so it wasn't a big deal.
I usually do that too.
Yeah.
Dry it off really quickly afterwards.
No, I just showered. It was wet.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I usually dry mine off too after showering.
Anyways, ever try talking to a girl with a camera on your shoulder?
It didn't work one time, remember? I remember very
When?
well. The lemon.
Oh,
That was
I don't
like-
think that was effective. That was just like talking to someone.
I feel like, okay.
That,
No, I think that girl was into the concept. I
Yeah.
think she was kind of free-minded enough where she appreciated
Yeah, she was
that
cool,
you were a
yeah.
person who do that. I'm sure if you were to
I'm talking
potentially hook up with her,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
she wouldn't appreciate the camera as
yeah,
much.
yeah.
Okay,
I think
so
that
yeah,
the
you're talking
only
about hookups.
it was not as big of a deal in the start of the year because I was drunk all the time, so I didn't care, and so I just I don't know. It was just different rules, different standards, and so the social was different. And so I had a lot fewer problems with that, and with talking to girls and just talking to people in general because I really didn't care.
But I think it's cool that you're doing it, sorry, all sober now. Because it's more like it's more real. I feel like
Yeah. I feel
people are trying to hide it. Like it's just like it's weak, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's cool to do things to be yourself, like completely, and not be affected by any drug or alcohol. It's so much more real. Yeah, I like it. Even though it's harder, of course, but I think I think it's worth it. Oh, sorry, I took over your story.
What's the longest you guys have been sober since the first time or since graduating high school?
I feel like I've had some pretty long periods of sobriety. I wouldn't say avoiding alcohol altogether, though. I haven't had any phase where I like adamantly said I won't drink, but I've at least had like 3-month plus periods several times where I just was like, I never got drunk. Definitely like LA, there were quite a few times where I like didn't.
But you were not 21.
Yeah.
I don't know if that.
But I have perfectly fine access to alcohol all the time.
I'm joking. Cool.
How about you, Davey?
You're in the military, right?
Yeah, we were not allowed to be drunk like at like the base area. Only if we went like to the bigger city 2 hours away, because we were military police and we had to be like give samples for not samples for the rest of the soldiers. Like we couldn't be drunk, and then next weekend like tell them not to be drunk, you know. So we were only like we could have 2 beers, and so but we had that every weekend. So I don't know. I wasn't sober at all. I guess I've been like, it's been like even, like I haven't had like a big period with no alcohol. I drink a little bit all the time. Not because I have to, it's just like it's social, I guess. So it's like, I like it and it doesn't bother me, and I usually don't get too drunk. I think I'm a little stable when it comes to alcohol. Sometimes I mess it up.
I think I'm approaching a time when I, like, similar to before, don't adamantly avoid it. I think when I stop working at a bar, whenever that happens, I'm probably going to stay away from alcohol for a little bit. Like, I might have a beer or something like that, but... When I stop working at a bar, whenever that happens. Because the bar atmosphere makes it really easy and fun to drink.
Which brings me, it's a great segue. I would love to talk about your return to your alma mater.
Yeah, I don't know. It definitely won't happen in January.
Okay.
Definitely won't.
Yeah.
I feel that. That would be kind of rushed, right? Maybe impossible.
Yeah. But I think
Let me give some context
I would
here.
like it. Oh, okay.
Ethan went to school. Davey is in school right now. I dropped out after a year and a half. Ethan took a leave of absence after 2.5 years, but in credit hours it was more like 3.5 years. So he's very close to graduating from the University of Oregon, and I was thinking about going back.
The only problem with going back is I have to pay a $5,000 balance to University of Oregon for student loans that the government took back. And after paying that $5,000 amount, I also have to find a way to come up with like tuition and housing type stuff, which previously I did with incredibly bad student loans that were like 14% interest. So I have to figure out how I can make it happen, and it's going to suck being there, but it's something that I like want to do. And so I think I might go back maybe in March. Is kind of what I'm thinking. I think the biggest problem is going to be the financials, but once I find a way to overcome that, then like no matter what's going on in my life, I will probably just let it, like, I will put it on hold to some extent, so that way I can get this over with and move on, or else it'll just hang over me forever.
Well, I'm glad that you made the decision and the sacrifice in some aspects to come out to College Station this year and be a part of this project.
I didn't anticipate the podcast project beginning, but I'm glad I was part of it too.
Okay, no, I didn't know that was funny, but I actually have like a serious question for you guys.
I can handle it.
I don't know how to ask this, so I'm just gonna say it exactly how I see the question. Don't you wish on some mornings you could just inhale coffee like air?
Yes. I mean, I've never wished that before, but it was present tense. And I know from now on, I will think while I'm drinking hot coffee, damn, I wish I could inhale this like air.
What do you think, Davy? Don't you wish that on some mornings?
No, I don't wish that. I don't need coffee.
Dude, do you think they put that there
I
because
just-
they know their coffee tastes bad?
Dude, shut up. Shut your slamming mouth. And inhale that coffee.
You want a sip?
No, thank you.
It tastes really good.
Yeah.
I just wish I could inhale it like air.
A tiny bit more contact.
Yeah.
So it's 5:30 a.m. You guys are still
Not
awake.
anymore.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's 6:30 a.m.
Yeah, there you go.
You guys didn't sleep. Did you sleep?
This is today, like last day. It's yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like just took a nap. It was only like 5 hours.
Yeah.
It's basically nothing. 10 hours.
It was like but 10 hours.
Dude, all that sleep was so necessary for me.
Good.
It was
Yeah.
not for me. I didn't need it.
I'm very grateful that I woke up to pee at 4:23 because at that point I had the ability to just stay up until this.
Yeah, and you like were so excited you can go back to sleep.
Oh yeah, it's like Christmas morning.
Yeah. I was about to say that's how I feel.
I didn't really care about the podcast at all, but I was
waiting
like, I just can't wait to get the slugger and slabs. That's all I can think about.
Michael, you pro-life.
And like pro-life, I think everyone should live. And do whatever they want
You think
to.
the government has, like, a right?
Oh fuck! Wait, I didn't actually mean to say I'm pro-life.
You're in trouble.
No, people should
I'll
do whatever they
charge you
want.
for this, Michael.
If you want to go with your baby, it's your choice, baby. Not the baby's choice.
No, it's not the baby's choice. It's messed up that you would put that on the baby like that. But,
I
anyways,
think baby suicide should be allowed. If the baby wants to not eat, if the baby's not going to cook its own meals.
dude, what the fuck are you saying?
I'm telling you my beliefs.
Okay, I'm sick of them. I don't want to hear them anymore. Davey,
Very full.
is assisted suicide legal in Norway?
No.
No? Do you think it should be?
Yeah.
Really?
Really?
Why?
Ooh. Why? Because we talked about this at your mom's, right?
I was probably high.
Yeah.
One night we smoked a joint. Davey didn't get high at all, but I got really high. My mom talked for so long.
No, she didn't. Okay, but
And I
let's
just
share
couldn't
this
keep up.
pancake. I need to say something about like drugs first, just because like I've never like I've smoked like twice in my life and I've never felt it.
Dave, you want plain
And-
pancake?
We can just mix it all in here, should we?
Do you want any plain though, like without that stuff? Or
Yeah. Why? Or
just I don't know. If,
you can leave like a corner like with nothing,
Okay,
but you
okay.
can have some of this cream with a spoon because there's a lot of it.
Let's try a little bit.
You don't want a spoon? It's easier.
Sorry.
So
keep going.
usually, like I will probably not do like a lot more like drugs because I don't like it, like the concept of it, and I respect people like if they want to do it, it's totally fine. I don't mind. It's just that I feel like every like it makes me sad that people need it, you know, to like in a group of friends, it's like smoking weed together is all fun, and it's like they chill out together, and it could end up like people can't have fun anymore without it, and that makes me sad because I want to like have friends where I can be totally sober and don't drink alcohol or smoke any weed and have a lot of fun and feel good, and my food will taste good, and not because I smoke weed, but because I really enjoy the people I have in my life, and I feel like in some like groups it's like it's more about the weed and it's not fun without it, and that scares me. So
is
that's
it
why I
sad
wanted
that you
to.
haven't gotten to that point yet? Because I'm really sad that I can't have fun with any of my friends without being under mind-controlling substances.
Yeah, I will just like change friends if that happens, but like.
Oh, I see.
I just that's what I wanted to do with your parents, because I felt like okay, this is like a safe place. It's like it's only your parents. I feel like okay, even though I didn't feel safe.
It was a
after
safe place.
Feeling it, but it was a safe place.
absolutely was
I know
safe.
it was now, and I knew it was before I did it. And I
Aside
felt
from
like
crocodiles.
I need to like know I need to know what this is, because like if I'm allowed like to have any opinions, I feel like it's better if I actually have tried it. I feel like people will more like respect my opinion about it.
I think that's true.
And also like as a doctor, I don't know if I have
Is
patience.
this in all the
and-
way?
Yeah.
and they want to talk to me about it. I want to like have some clue about what could happen, and it could like help me.
One of the problems is what's up?
Could you grab that water?
Oh yeah, for sure. One of the problems with me is that I've never tried it, so people generally don't respect my opinion when I say that. It makes you grow like another limb randomly when you smoke for the first time.
They say what?
You grow another limb when you smoke weed.
Here, do you want this one?
Who grows
No, that's okay.
underneath their skin?
Another
Yeah,
lamb, it's
Yeah,
like...
yeah. Like another arm.
Okay.
That's what happens when you smoke, and people don't respect me when I say that because I haven't smoked.
So you think you'll get a new arm if you smoke?
Or leg, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And I feel like that's not something I want.
Yeah.
It's like,
I respect that, Michael.
thank you.
It's okay.
Guys,
Yep, right there. What's up, Ethan?
I'm right here. Also, I think you should be taking some of the topics of this podcast more seriously.
Fuck you.
Because I'm funny, David.
It's not that big. It's not that big.
Your face?
Get closer to him, start laughing.
It's not that big.
I don't know how
This?
when,
Yeah.
Ethan,
No,
when Ethan's
no.
laughing and he gets closer to your face a little bit, and I can totally see if you were high, like I don't know, that's so funny.
You can imagine how it looked like?
A little bit, yeah. Like
Yeah.
It was like distorted and it grew bigger than it actually was.
Yeah, it was very like in his mouth, like when he like, hey, it's okay, it's just me, and his mouth was like so big, and he was like so nice to me. He was
Yeah,
very
it
nice
was
to me.
fucking so nice too.
You were so nice to me, and you were like trying to say this is not real, and I just didn't believe it. I'm sorry.
Guys, let's talk about something I'm really excited to talk about.
Okay.
Okay.
Really?
Let's talk about how everyone here would respond if Davy got pregnant.
Hey, like your mom?
No, like all three
Okay.
of us.
That's a great topic. And we have 5 minutes until this dies, so we'll just this will be the last segment or so.
Cool. I've got this timer here.
I think it would be important. Let's let Davey start.
If I get pregnant right
How would you
now,
respond?
I would just be like, actually, I haven't thought about that. So, how would I respond? I would probably panic. So yeah,
Cool.
yeah. And you guys? But I was okay, guys. I'm pregnant.
I think I would say congratulations first.
You would really?
I would smoke a cigar.
And you would laugh too. I think you would. Like,
Oh,
that-
yeah. No.
Like, I know you. I know
Because
how
if
you
it was
would.
really happy, then I'd say it. But if it was sad, I would say it too. You know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
know, and you would just laugh because it's like.
Congratulations!
Yeah, I know. I can imagine that.
That'd be great.
Yeah. So that's all.
Yeah, and since I switched out your birth control for sugar pills 1 month ago, I'm really excited for that joke to land.
Since you switched my pills.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Part of it.
It's cool.
First you drank the insemination fluid
The fertility fluid.
that Ethan gave you at his mom's place.
I think there's just a lot of things going on that I don't know.
Yeah, those were all really complex jokes. We said them fast. It was all about.
I got the jokes.
Oh,
I just
okay.
feel like I'm not sure what's really going on. Like, if there are things I
No,
should worry
there are
about.
not.
What is
Like,
this
what-
thing on your butt?
Oh my gosh. This thing?
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know, looks like fat.
That's not a big deal. I just want
Why were
to.
you looking here, Michael?
I saw your butt and it has some plastic on it.
No.
You are embarrassing me.
Okay. Sorry, that was. Okay.
You guys both asked how I would respond.
Yeah.
So I want to answer.
Ethan.
I would go to Specs and I would buy a cigar and I'd sit out back by myself, no matter what you guys were doing.
Not with me when I'm pregnant.
Well, you'd be freaking out.
Yeah.
You could come hang out with me.
I would
but
sit in an enclosed space with Davy and smoke the cigar.
I would go out back and I would sit down. I'd smoke the cigar and I would think, she aborts this baby, I'm aborting her. And I would just enjoy my cigar, saying that over and over in my head,
What does
but
that mean?
happily.
What exactly does that mean?
Do you want me to?
If you killed the baby,
You'll be happy
then I would have to kill you.
if I kill it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you'd
okay.
be killing a murderer.
Okay.
Which is a public service.
Yeah.
So are you saying you're pro-life?
No. I'm just pro keeping my...
I'm just
want-
a pro, baby. Not much to it.
So yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Yep. First, I'd give you a big hug, but it would be like a big hug where I didn't squeeze that hard because I wouldn't want to hurt little Tom down there.
Tom?
That's what we're gonna name him.
Okay. Him?
Him. If it's a girl, get rid of her. But if it's Tom,
If it's a girl, you should name
Tom
her
is like
Tommy Lauren.
that works in Norwegian too. Tom.
Tom.
You say Tom.
Cool. See, we already have it all planned out. You don't even have anything to freak out about anymore. I just burped, sorry, but it was a hiccup burp. It was both at once. I've been getting a lot more of those lately. Hiccups where I burp at the end of them.
That's weird. You think that your tubes are getting twisted?
Only when things get real crazy in bed.
Have you how many minutes of your life have you spent worried that your testicles are twisted? It's a real question.
Like, probably only 15.
If I really added all mine up, could
Are
be
you?
between 4 and 5 hours.
We need to conclude this.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go one more section. Okay, this is the last segment.
Well, we're at an hour now, right?
We're at an hour, yeah. So we're just
That's probably the sweet spot. Although I do feel like with this... No.
dude, please.
That's enough.
We have to eat all of our Denny's. That's the most important rule.
What happened here?
I threw that one on your forehead.
Damn it.
I'll eat it. I feel like I deserve it.
Yeah, we deserve that. I feel like there's more we could be talking about right now,
Yeah.
but it's probably best that we don't.
Why?
See you in a future episode.
Save it for future episodes. Also, we don't want to talk until we're like exhausted of talking because then this loses some entertainment value.
I agree. Let's since it is the first one, let's talk a little bit about what we want out of the podcast, what our aspirations are.
Okay. I want this podcast to be really weird. Like, I want to have some weird guests.
That would be awesome. Like people who
Like we go to New Orleans and we just have like a guy from New Orleans be our guest, and he's like, "Do you have a hamburger?" While we're sitting here with him. We would. I think we needed like a security guy or something like that, because he'd probably just try to take all our stuff and run.
Yeah, I agree. I think we should have people on here that we hardly know. Like, 5:30 a.m. Denny's. Be there or we're not friends. For me, I feel like I've been experimenting with you and Michael McCursky with like making a podcast since like way too long.
This is the perfect podcast idea.
I feel like this is one that really could hit. You know what I mean? For us, I think this could hit the right note.
Davey, what do you want out of this podcast? Your parents not to see it? You want anything out of the podcast? What do you think would make this podcast the best?
Is there something you want to talk about, Davey? We're here for you.
I just lost every word in English.
You know what that's from? So the edibles, they actually swiped your brain.
Yeah. So earlier today, I could not find any Norwegian words. I was talking to my friend, and I couldn't talk.
Right here, baby. Feel power. Yes, Ethan.
But now,
I have to poop.
Finish your pancakes. You're not poopy until all of your food is
I ate
done.
all of my all-American
I'm-
slams.
you ordered this. Remember? I said I didn't want anything, and I ate the whole thing.
I hate myself.
Okay, I'll help you. I'll eat the rest of this. Can you have the bananas for yours things?
Fine, but I don't want any cream on them.
You can.
No cream.
Oh gosh.
I'll eat this part. Here, okay?
Yeah.
Hey, I can eat it.
Oh, you want it? Here.
No, I was.
You didn't swipe that cream up.
No.
Get some cream on that bite.
That's definitely
Here,
lactose.
I'll get it for...
Okay. I'll eat this thing here instead.
Okay. This is the best I've felt about our idea in this space thus far, for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting that we had all those podcasts before,
Right.
because now I definitely understand what you were saying about them just being bad. Like, this is a good concept in my eyes.
Dude,
Our execution is probably already abysmal. I'm not gonna watch this.
the audio is like up and down the whole time.
There's a 0% chance I'd go back and watch this and enjoy myself.
No. There's a 100% chance you wouldn't watch it today. But imagine watching this in a year from now. It's gonna be funny. This is a good time capsule.
Can I lay
That's
down? I'm just very bored.
We have to get all the way home.
Maybe you need to eat 4 more of those.
Michael and I went through this our first Denny's too. It only gets worse the more you have it.
I just also ate a lot of food like 1 hour ago.
You gotta make Davey a meal replacement shake when we get home.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Fridge. I put it in the fridge. Yours.
Dude, I just ate this Tabasco while simultaneously, like a little bit of Tabasco, simultaneously having one of those poop urges. And I thought I ate my poop for a second. Like somehow my poop just got into my mouth and I tasted it. I was like, how did this happen?
This is like,
It's the stupidest thing you've ever said.
I just ate Denny's.
Michael. Never seen that much food pouring out of someone's mouth like that ever in my life.
I found some of it on my face.
I'm really sorry about that.
Dude, it's fine, really. Brought us closer together. Come on, man.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you. Alright, so I'm mad about spitting food on you guys.
I think this is a good place for us to end the
Wrap it
podcast.
up. Davey,
Yeah.
thank you. Honestly, thank you for the Denny's.
And for being part of our...
we
Thank you
make-
for setting a precedent for all future
Yeah.
podcasts.
So like every
Where our
Yes.
guest, where our guest
you
buys our food for
show
us.
late and buy the food, right? That's why I did it. So you will save money in the future. You're welcome, guys.
Yes, thank you. We'll inform them that they're supposed to pay
Yeah, so that's
while
like-
we're eating.
They just need to.
Sure, we inform them.
We don't bring cards.
You have to. It's the podcast. We're paying you in publicity.
But also, we
Exposure.
both, they're like, oh, I don't, like, I'm not going to pay. We both purposefully leave cards at home, and we bring like $4 for a tip.
$4. We'll get the tip. It's not even enough for the tip. We do have some extra cash.
Damn. Okay, guys. Let's end it so I can go poop. Here. Because I don't want to smell.
Alright, so we need to do like a conclusion thing that
I
we do
need to
for
lay
every.
down, yeah.
So every time we're done, we're gonna go. Fantastic.
Dude,
Yeah, I know.
that gesture is really gesture.
This podcast was really a podcast.
No, you don't do it right. You don't do it right. It's like this. This podcast was really podcast.
That's it. All right. Yeah, that was great. Fuck, I hate you guys. Can't believe I had to fake that for so long.